Every basketball fan knows the thrill of a comeback. The impossible moments, the final seconds ticked away. From Reggie Miller's 8 points in 9 seconds to Luka Doncic's epic turnarounds, we relive the most historic NBA comebacks where legends rose and near defeat became unforgettable triumphs. This is every NBA historic comeback explained. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Don't miss a single historic moment.
The 2016 NBA Finals looked over before it truly began. The Golden State Warriors were a juggernaut, finishing the regular season with a historic 73-9 record, led by Stephen Curry, the unanimous MVP. By Game 4, they were up 3-1 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. No team in NBA history had ever come back from such a deficit in the finals. The Warriors had the champagne ready, but LeBron James had other plans. With his legacy on the line, LeBron delivered back-to-back performances for the ages, scoring 41 points in both Games 5 and 6. Then came Game 7, a night etched into basketball history. With the score tied in the final minutes, LeBron soared for the iconic chase-down block on Andre Iguodala, a defensive play that froze time. Moments later, Kyrie Irving drilled a dagger 3 over Curry, silencing the Oracle Arena. When the final buzzer sounded, Cleveland had done the impossible, winning its first ever championship after a 52-year drought. The 3-1 comeback was more than just basketball. It was redemption, legacy, and the ultimate proof that greatness shines brightest when the world counts you out.
The defending champion Golden State Warriors were supposed to cruise past the Los Angeles Clippers in the first round of the 2019 playoffs. In Game 2 at Oracle Arena, it looked like destiny. Golden State built a 94-63 lead midway through the third quarter. The crowd was celebrating early, the Warriors were smiling, and the Clippers seemed buried. But what happened next was one of the most shocking turnarounds in NBA history. Led by Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell, and rookie Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the Clippers refused to quit. Possession by possession, they chipped away at the seemingly impossible deficit. Lou Williams caught fire, scoring 36 points with dazzling step-backs and fearless drives. Harrell dominated inside, and the Clippers bench kept pushing the pace. By the final minutes, the Warriors looked stunned. The 31-point cushion had evaporated, and when Landry Shamet drilled a clutch 3 with under 20 seconds left, the comeback was complete. The Clippers had erased the largest deficit in NBA playoff history, winning 135-131. They didn't go on to win the series, but in that moment, the underdogs showed the world that heart, resilience, and belief could topple even the mightiest dynasty.
Turn on notifications so you're first to relive the greatest basketball moments in history.
On December 6, 2002, the Dallas Mavericks were on the verge of embarrassing the defending champion Los Angeles Lakers. With just over 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, the scoreboard read 102-73 in favor of Dallas. The game felt finished. Fans were leaving the arena. Commentators were ready to crown the Mavericks' dominance, and the Lakers looked lifeless. But then, everything changed. Kobe Bryant ignited the spark, hitting jumper after jumper with his signature killer instinct. Shaquille O'Neal dominated the paint, forcing Dallas into mistakes. Piece by piece, the 30-point mountain started to crumble. The Lakers tightened their defense, forced turnovers, and every fast break seemed to cut deeper into the Mavericks' confidence. The Staples Center, once silent, roared back to life as the gap shrank to single digits. With just seconds remaining, Kobe drilled a cold-blooded shot to give the Lakers their first lead since the opening minutes. When the buzzer finally sounded, Los Angeles had completed one of the greatest comebacks in NBA regular season history, overcoming a 30-point deficit to shock Dallas 105-103. It wasn't just a win. It was a reminder that, with Kobe and Shaq, the Lakers were never truly out of any game.
Like, subscribe, and let's jump straight into the NBA moments that shocked the world.
The defending champion Houston Rockets entered the 1995 playoffs with a chip on their shoulder. They were the 6th seed, overlooked and doubted, and when they fell behind 3-1 to the Phoenix Suns in the Western Conference semifinals, their reign looked finished. The Suns, led by Charles Barkley, were hungry for revenge after losing to Houston the year before. With home court advantage and momentum, Phoenix was confident that the series was over. But the Rockets had something they called Clutch City. Behind the unstoppable Hakeem Olajuwon and the fearless play of Clyde Drexler, Houston rallied. They stormed back in Game 5, silenced the Suns in Game 6, and forced a winner-take-all Game 7 in Phoenix. The Suns battled fiercely, but the Rockets refused to break. Mario Elie delivered the defining moment, drilling a corner three-pointer late in the fourth quarter, then turning to the Phoenix crowd with his legendary kiss of death celebration. The shot sealed the series and completed Houston's stunning comeback from the brink of elimination. The Rockets didn't just survive, they went on to repeat as NBA champions, proving once again that true champions shine brightest under pressure.
The 2011 NBA Finals were set to be a clash of generations. The Miami Heat, boasting the newly formed Big Three of LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh, were heavy favorites. In Game 2, the Heat built a massive 15-point lead late in the third quarter, seemingly on their way to a statement win. But the Dallas Mavericks, led by Dirk Nowitzki and an inspired Jason Terry, refused to bow down. Possession by possession, they chipped away at the deficit, finding open shots, exploiting turnovers, and maintaining relentless defensive pressure. Dirk's mid-range mastery shone as he calmly sank jumpers over the Heat's defensive schemes. Jason Terry erupted from the bench, draining clutch threes and igniting the Dallas crowd. Momentum swung, and by the fourth quarter, the Mavericks had stunned everyone, turning the game on its head. When the final buzzer sounded, Dallas had pulled off a stunning comeback, winning Game 2 on the road. That night wasn't just a victory, it was a statement that heart, teamwork, and belief could topple even the mightiest superstar trio, setting the tone for Dallas's unforgettable run to the championship.
Stick around. These are the moments that define basketball history.
The 2004 Eastern Conference Finals between the Detroit Pistons and Indiana Pacers was a brutal battle of wills. In Game 2, the Pacers seemed destined to take control, building a double-digit lead late in the fourth quarter. Fans were preparing for another Indiana victory, but the Pistons had a reputation for grit and resilience. Chauncey Billups, the future Finals MVP, orchestrated the offense with precision, hitting clutch shots and controlling the pace. Rasheed Wallace asserted himself in the paint, drawing fouls and converting crucial baskets. The Pistons' defense, relentless as ever, forced turnovers and limited the Pacers' transition opportunities. Piece by piece, Detroit chipped away at the deficit, silencing the Bankers Life Fieldhouse crowd. With every basket, the momentum shifted and the Pacers' confidence wavered. The Pistons completed the improbable rally, turning what seemed like a loss into a statement victory. This comeback was not only a triumph of strategy and skill, but also a testament to Detroit's unyielding team chemistry. In the end, the Pistons demonstrated that no lead was safe when heart, determination, and focus were on their side, paving the way for their eventual 2004 NBA championship. The 2017 Western Conference Finals showcased a battle between two of the NBA's most disciplined teams, the Golden State Warriors and the San Antonio Spurs. In Game 1, the Spurs stormed out of the gates, dominating the first half and building a seemingly comfortable lead. With the Warriors trailing by double digits in the third quarter, the Oracle Arena crowd grew tense and the series appeared tilted in San Antonio's favor. But the Warriors had championship experience and firepower that could ignite at any moment. Stephen Curry began hitting deep threes with unerring accuracy, stretching the Spurs' defense. Kevin Durant orchestrated brilliant drives and mid-range shots, while Draymond Green's defense forced turnovers that fueled fast breaks. The momentum swung, possession by possession, as Golden State clawed back, turning the deficit into a lead. The arena erupted as the Warriors completed the comeback, winning Game 1 and setting the tone for the series. This wasn't just a rally, it was a demonstration of resilience, teamwork, and the belief that no lead, no matter how comfortable, was safe against a team built to make history.
Hit subscribe now, because you're about to witness some of the greatest comebacks ever.
The 2007 playoffs introduced the world to We Believe. The Golden State Warriors, an 8th seed, facing the top-seeded Dallas Mavericks in a David versus Goliath showdown. In Game 1, the Mavericks took control early, leading by double digits and signaling a quick series sweep. The Warriors, however, refused to fold. Led by Baron Davis, Steven Jackson, and Monta Ellis, Golden State executed a high-energy, fearless style that left Dallas scrambling. Every turnover by the Mavericks was capitalized upon. Every three-pointer swung momentum. In Game 2, trailing again late in the fourth, the Warriors staged one of the most electrifying comebacks in playoff history. Baron Davis orchestrated the offense with poise, hitting clutch shots and drawing defenders. The crowd at Oracle Arena erupted as the deficit melted away, and the Warriors stole the game on the road. This comeback was more than just points on the board. It symbolized belief, grit, and the magic of underdogs. Ultimately, the We Believe Warriors shocked the basketball world, taking down a dominant Mavericks team in one of the most memorable upsets in NBA history, proving that heart can triumph over talent.
The 1993 Western Conference Finals pitted the Phoenix Suns against the Los Angeles Lakers in a battle filled with intensity and drama. In Game 4, the Lakers appeared dominant, building a substantial lead and pushing the Suns to the brink of elimination. Fans expected Los Angeles to cruise to another victory, but the Suns had other plans. Led by Charles Barkley, Kevin Johnson, and Dan Marley, Phoenix refused to surrender. Every basket, every defensive stop, and every fast break play became critical. Kevin Johnson ignited the offense with fearless drives and clutch jumpers, while Barkley's inside dominance kept the Suns within striking distance. With minutes remaining, the deficit shrank to single digits, and the Suns forced overtime. In the extra period, Phoenix executed flawlessly, capitalizing on Lakers' mistakes and turning despair into triumph. The game ended with the Suns completing an unforgettable comeback, winning on the road and injecting hope into the series. This victory wasn't just about points. It symbolized resilience, teamwork, and the spirit of never giving up. The 1993 Suns showed that even in the face of adversity, determination and belief can rewrite history, leaving fans with memories that would last a lifetime.
Comment on your favorite comeback as we journey through every legendary NBA turnaround. May 7, 1995. Madison Square Garden was buzzing with anticipation as the New York Knicks held a 105-99 lead against the Indiana Pacers in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Time was nearly gone, and the Knicks believed the game was theirs, but Reggie Miller had other plans. In a sequence that would become legendary, Miller scored 8 points in just 9 seconds, completely turning the game on its head. First, he drove a quick three-pointer, followed by a steal that led to another miraculous shot. The crowd went from celebration to disbelief as Miller calmly sank another clutch three, leaving the Knicks stunned. His fearless composure, surgical precision, and ice-cold nerves showcased why he was one of the greatest closers in NBA history. By the final buzzer, Indiana had snatched victory from the jaws of defeat, completing one of the most iconic individual comebacks in NBA playoff history. That night, Miller didn't just win a game, he cemented his legacy as a clutch performer whose ability to change destiny in mere seconds inspired fans, teammates, and future generations to believe that no lead is ever safe
against a true legend. December 9th, 2004 was the night Tracy McGrady performed one of the most astonishing feats in NBA history. The Houston Rockets were trailing the San Antonio Spurs by 9 points with just 33 seconds remaining, a deficit most teams would consider insurmountable. But McGrady refused to accept defeat. In a breathtaking display of skill and determination, he scored 13 points in 33 seconds, hitting 4 clutch baskets, including 3 critical three-pointers, and drawing fouls with flawless precision. The Spurs, stunned and disbelieving, could only watch as the deficit evaporated. McGrady's performance wasn't just about scoring, it was about timing, poise, and fearlessness under pressure. By the final buzzer, the Rockets had snatched an improbable victory, leaving the Spurs in shock and the NBA world in awe. That night, McGrady proved that a single player with heart and skill can rewrite destiny in mere seconds, creating one of the most unforgettable comebacks in basketball history.
In the 2011 Eastern Conference semifinals, the Chicago Bulls faced a daunting challenge against LeBron James and the Miami Heat. Trailing by double digits late in Game 4, most expected the Bulls to crumble. But Derrick Rose, the league's youngest MVP at the time, showcased his extraordinary talent and leadership. Driving fearlessly to the basket, hitting mid-range jumpers, and orchestrating plays with precision, Rose inspired his team to fight back. Each possession became critical as the Bulls chipped away at Miami's lead, forcing turnovers and converting fast breaks. The crowd at United Center erupted as Chicago erased the deficit, completing a dramatic comeback. Rose's relentless energy and poise under pressure reminded fans why he was among the league's most electrifying players. The victory didn't just change the series, it cemented Derrick Rose's reputation as a fearless leader who could carry his team against all odds.
The 2012 playoffs brought a showdown between the Los Angeles Clippers and Memphis Grizzlies. In Game 1, the Clippers fell behind by 27 points, a deficit that seemed insurmountable. But with Chris Paul orchestrating the offense and Blake Griffin dominating inside, the Clippers refused to quit. Possession by possession, they clawed their way back, hitting critical three-pointers, forcing turnovers, and capitalizing on every opportunity. The energy in Staples Center surged as the gap narrowed. By the fourth quarter, the Grizzlies' lead had evaporated, and Los Angeles completed an unforgettable comeback. This victory exemplified resilience, teamwork, and the belief that no lead is ever safe in the NBA playoffs.
The 1984 NBA Finals were a battle for the ages. Celtics versus Lakers, two storied franchises clashing for supremacy. In Game 2, Los Angeles built a significant lead late in the fourth quarter, seemingly in control. But the Celtics, led by Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, and Robert Parrish, staged a thrilling comeback. Bird's clutch shooting, McHale's dominance inside, and relentless defensive stops chipped away at the Lakers' lead. As the game entered overtime, the Celtics seized control, turning despair into triumph. The victory wasn't just about points, it was about heart, strategy, and the will to win on the grandest stage. Celtics fans witnessed a legendary comeback that epitomized championship resilience.
The 1977 NBA Finals featured the Portland Trail Blazers challenging the Philadelphia 76ers. After falling behind early in the series, Portland faced elimination, with fans fearing a swift end to their championship dreams. But the Trail Blazers, led by Bill Walton and Maurice Lucas, refused to surrender. Strategic adjustments, relentless defense, and Walton's masterful scoring turned the tide. Game by game, Portland overcame deficits, silencing Philadelphia and building momentum. The series culminated in a thrilling victory for the Blazers, completing one of the most remarkable comeback series wins in NBA Finals history. It wasn't just a triumph on the scoreboard, it symbolized teamwork, resilience, and the birth of Portland's first NBA championship legacy. The 2010 NBA Finals reached its climax with Game 7, Los Angeles Lakers versus Boston Celtics, a rivalry steeped in history. The game was a back-and-forth battle, with neither team willing to give an inch.
The Celtics, led by Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen, built a late lead in the fourth quarter, threatening to snatch the championship away from the Lakers. Yet the Lakers, with Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol at the helm, refused to yield. Kobe's mid-range mastery, Gasol's dominance in the paint, and the Lakers' suffocating defense slowly chipped away at Boston's advantage. Each possession was a test of nerves, with fans on the edge of their seats. As the final minutes approached, Kobe took over, hitting crucial jumpers and orchestrating plays with his trademark intensity. The Lakers erased the deficit, turning tension into triumph. When the final buzzer sounded, Los Angeles had completed a dramatic comeback, winning the championship on the road and avenging past finals defeats. This Game 7 wasn't just a basketball contest. It was the story of perseverance, leadership, and the relentless will to claim victory when it mattered most.
Game 4 of the 2008 NBA Finals between the Boston Celtics and Los Angeles Lakers is remembered as one of the most thrilling comebacks in finals history. The Lakers, led by Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol, established a 24-point lead in the third quarter, leaving the Celtics struggling and the crowd in disbelief. But Boston, under the leadership of Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen, refused to surrender. Garnett's intensity on defense forced crucial turnovers. Pierce's clutch shooting narrowed the gap, and Allen's perimeter accuracy kept the Celtics within reach. Momentum slowly shifted as each possession mattered more than the last. By the fourth quarter, the Celtics had erased the massive deficit, stunning the Lakers and the Staples Center crowd. Every basket, defensive stop, and fast break exemplified Boston's teamwork and determination. The final buzzer confirmed one of the greatest comebacks in finals history, proving that no lead is insurmountable when heart, skill, and perseverance collide on the grandest stage of basketball.
The 2021 Eastern Conference semifinals featured the Milwaukee Bucks clashing with the Brooklyn Nets, led by Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden. In Game 4, the Nets built a double-digit lead, seemingly on their way to securing the series. Yet the Bucks, spearheaded by Giannis Antetokounmpo, refused to succumb to pressure. Every possession became critical. Chris Middleton's clutch mid-range jumpers, Drew Holiday's defensive brilliance, and Giannis's relentless drives brought Milwaukee back into contention. The Nets struggled to maintain their rhythm as the Bucks erased the deficit point by point. The arena roared as the series shifted in Milwaukee's favor. By the final buzzer, the Bucks completed an incredible comeback victory, showcasing teamwork, resilience, and the capacity to overcome the odds. This game wasn't just about points on a scoreboard. It was a demonstration of heart, strategy, and the belief that no superstar trio, no matter how dominant, is invincible when a team refuses to quit.
During the 2018 Eastern Conference semifinals, the Cleveland Cavaliers faced the Indiana Pacers in a critical Game 5. Trailing by double digits midway through the fourth quarter, the Cavs appeared vulnerable, and many anticipated a Pacers victory. But LeBron James, as always, refused to surrender. Demonstrating unmatched versatility, LeBron orchestrated the offense, drove to the basket fearlessly, and hit critical jumpers under intense defensive pressure. Kevin Love complemented him inside, securing rebounds and converting clutch shots. The Cavaliers chipped away point by point, flipping the game's momentum. Each possession amplified the tension, each shot added to the drama. The arena erupted as Cleveland erased the deficit and ultimately secured a stunning comeback victory. This performance wasn't just about numbers. It was a testament to LeBron's leadership, determination, and the ability to inspire a team to defy expectations, turning near defeat into a triumph etched forever in NBA playoff history.
The 2012 NBA Finals featured a showdown between the Miami Heat and Oklahoma City Thunder. In Game 2, the Thunder established a commanding lead, leaving Miami trailing by double digits in the third quarter. But LeBron James and Dwayne Wade refused to let the game slip away. Every fast break,
every defensive stop and every clutch shot became pivotal. LeBron's leadership on both ends of the court, Wade's fearless drives, and Chris Bosh's timely baskets orchestrated a masterful comeback. Miami's defense stifled the Thunder's offense at critical moments, while their offense capitalized on every opportunity. The arena's energy shifted with every basket, as tension turned into hope. By the final buzzer, the Heat had overturned the deficit, claiming a crucial victory that redefined the series' momentum. This comeback exemplified the combination of talent, strategy, and heart that turns an ordinary game into a historic moment, proving that true champions thrive when the pressure is at its highest.
The 2019 Eastern Conference Finals presented an uphill battle for the Toronto Raptors against the Milwaukee Bucks. Down 0-2 in the best-of-7 series, many analysts wrote off Toronto's chances, believing that Milwaukee, led by Giannis Antetokounmpo, was unstoppable. But the Raptors, spearheaded by Kawhi Leonard, refused to surrender. Each game became a test of resilience, strategy, and mental toughness. In Game 3, Toronto began chipping away at the Bucks' momentum with precision shooting and lockdown defense. Kyle Lowry orchestrated the offense masterfully, finding open teammates and exploiting every mismatch. Pascal Siakam's energy and versatility provided the spark Toronto needed, while Leonard's calm, fearless demeanor carried the team through critical moments. As the series progressed, the Raptors executed late-game strategies flawlessly, turning deficits into leads and silencing Milwaukee's home crowd. By Game 6, Toronto had completed the improbable comeback, winning the series 4-2 and advancing to the NBA Finals for the first time in franchise history. This series was more than just a collection of wins. It was a demonstration of belief, teamwork, and the understanding that in the playoffs, no deficit is too large for a team willing to fight with heart, focus, and unwavering determination.
The 1994 NBA playoffs featured one of the most improbable stories in basketball history. The Denver Nuggets, an 8th seed underdog, facing the top-seeded Seattle Supersonics in the first round. In Game 5, with Denver trailing by double digits late in the fourth quarter, most expected the series to end in Seattle's favor. Yet the Nuggets, led by Dikembe Mutombo and the fearless Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, refused to surrender. Every possession mattered. Abdul-Rauf's lightning-fast drives and deep jumpers cut into the deficit, while Mutombo's defensive presence inside altered shots and forced turnovers. The Nuggets' bench contributed relentlessly, sparking fast breaks and sustaining momentum. As the clock wound down, Denver closed the gap point by point, stunning the Supersonics crowd and defying every prediction. When the buzzer finally sounded, the Nuggets had completed one of the greatest comebacks in playoff history, securing a series win and cementing their place as the ultimate underdogs. This comeback was not just about basketball. It symbolized belief, courage, and resilience, showing the world that even the lowest seed can topple giants when heart, determination, and teamwork combine to create the impossible.
The 2014 Western Conference Finals pitched the San Antonio Spurs against the Oklahoma City Thunder in a battle for dominance. Early in the series, the Thunder seemed to hold the upper hand, relying on Kevin Durant's scoring prowess and Russell Westbrook's explosive athleticism. In Game 2, the Spurs trailed by double digits late in the fourth quarter, and the momentum appeared to favor Oklahoma City. But the Spurs, under the meticulous guidance of Greg Popovich and the leadership of Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili, refused to falter. Every possession was executed with precision. Parker's drives sliced through the Thunder's defense. Duncan's calm mid-range shooting stabilized the offense, and Ginobili's veteran savvy created crucial scoring opportunities. San Antonio's defense intensified, forcing turnovers and limiting fast break chances for the Thunder. Slowly, the deficit began to shrink, possession by possession, point by point. The arena erupted as the Spurs completed the comeback, showcasing teamwork, experience, and strategy at the highest level. This victory didn't just change the trajectory of Game 2, it shifted the series' momentum entirely,
reinforcing the Spurs' reputation as a disciplined, resilient team capable of turning adversity into triumph, ultimately leading them to the NBA Finals and eventual championship glory.
The 2022 Western Conference Finals featured a thrilling clash between the Dallas Mavericks and the Phoenix Suns. After losing the first two games, many doubted Dallas's chances, especially against a powerhouse Suns team led by Devin Booker and Chris Paul. But Luka Doncic, Dallas's rising superstar, refused to be intimidated. Game by game, Luka orchestrated an offensive masterclass, hitting clutch threes, weaving through defenses with fearless drives, and controlling the tempo with his unmatched basketball IQ. Dallas's supporting cast, including Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith, stepped up, converting critical baskets and making defensive stops that slowly shifted momentum. Every possession became a battle of nerves and skill as the Mavericks clawed their way back into the series. By Game 5, Luka's dominance had ignited the team's confidence, leading to a stunning victory that electrified fans and silenced critics. The Mavericks continued their surge, ultimately completing a remarkable comeback to win the series 4-2. This comeback was more than a sequence of wins. It was a story of resilience, belief, and individual brilliance translating into team triumph. Luka Doncic's performance reminded the NBA world that true greatness is measured not only by skill, but by the ability to lift a team when the stakes are highest.